Halle and Scott. Halle Bailey and Scott Bridgeway. Spirit says it's in the middle of the day. Settling. Someone is not ready for all of that. What? Hey y'all, hey, let's get into this amazing reading for Halle Bailey and what's her new boo's name? Subby just told me. Hold on. Scott Bridgeway. Okay, this reading is alleged and for entertainment purposes. Sometimes the tea is hot, sometimes it's not. You have to watch the video to the end to determine for yourself. If you're new here, welcome. And if you're always here, welcome back, friend. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Remember, this video and its contents are for entertainment purposes only. Tarot readings are intuitive interpretations and should not be considered a substitute for legal, financial, medical, or mental health advice. Viewer discretion is advised. So when I say these two names, there's this energy of sweet as a Georgia peach. This is juicy, baby. I'm talking about to the last drop. Licking fingers. There's a lot of communication around sexual energy, creative energy, and emotional energy. Kind, tender, care, charming, beauty, flirtation, a delicious experience. There's a connection to Georgia and or not. Okay. But Spirit says someone who was once loyal is no longer going to be loyal, causing one to yell out, cry out, bark out, scream out, be mad at energy, be mad at source, right? Also dealing with an unhealed earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. There's an energy of dead end, stalemate, not now. Lack of clarity, perspective shift is needed. Spirit is acknowledging that you keep trying to have something over and over and over again to your detriment, to your demise. Now, we could be talking about her, we could be talking about him, but turn around because this ain't that. This is not for you. You'll never be the right person for the wrong person. Spirit says, but enjoy the ride because it's about to get a little bumpy and wobbly. There is a temporary intensity surrender. This too shall pass, but it requires one to release. Could be dealing with a water sign, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, or just acknowledging that there's anxiety, sadness, fear, and depression, wanting to clear, cancel, and release that to manifest the life that they do want. So a storm is coming. I mean, it's several indications that it's coming while they enjoy their time together. That's their business. They grown folks do what grown folks do. But Spirit is acknowledging that this storm is coming to clear the path. The thing about it is, listen, can't manipulate nobody's energy to be who you want them to be, to do the things that you want them to do. People have the power and the right for choice, right? So when you manipulate people's energy, you get what you ask for. Okay, you get what you ask for. You play them games, you win them prizes. Get what you want on the forefront, but on the back end, it what? Kicks your ass every single time. So this storm is coming for him and for her, or for both, one or the other. I don't know. Listen, child, Spirit said to put you in alignment because the root chakra has imbalances and or delays, which creates total misalignment, as well as the heart chakra, which creates total misalignment. This could impede upon one's success, their finances, whether or not they have healthy boundaries, non-negotiables, and or not feeling like they're standing on a firm foundation. So everything you try to build, you're building on sinking sand. And I feel like I'm talking directly to Halle Bailey, you know, this energy of once you've met peace, chaos doesn't feel like chemistry anymore. So take some time to focus on you and stop falling for what feels comfortable, which is chaotic. You know, people hold on to pain and chaos, not because it's comforting, but because it is familiar, right? So as they move forward, as she moves forward, focus on, you know, bigger things, better things, anticipate great things, but know that your choices matter. Good choices equal good karma, bad choices equal bad karma. Your choices are a direct reflection of what you believe you deserve. So with that being said, if she or he believes that they deserve this situation that they are going to find themselves in and they want to rest there, that's their business. Can't take that from them. However, if they're looking at the situation like, you know what, I learned some really good lessons with you and it's time for me to move on, do what I do, that's their business too, child. Okay, so Halle and Scott, Halle Bailey and Scott Bridgeway. Spirit says it's in the middle of the day. Settling. Someone is not ready for all of that. And this is going to acknowledge that there's some things that are happening very low key. And that is that this is social media. Okay. For social media. And someone is trying to heal while the other is just not ready. Just not ready. And I feel like that card came up. Didn't it say not ready yet? Halle and Scott Bridgeway. I'm going to get into Daryl in a minute. On the surface, someone is asking for a commitment and or saying, you know, like the next relationship is going to be a real commitment, etc. But there's dead peacocks here. And the first deck already told me that. It's death to something that was once beautiful. However, the three witches are whispering. Two things they saying is the truth, child. But one is a bold-faced lie. I do see the moon. What you do in the dark comes to the light. Whatever you're trying to suppress will come to the surface. Cancer, Gemini energy, water sign energy, anxiety, sadness, fear, and depression. Wanting to clear Cancer and release that to manifest the life that they do want. There's that focus on seems like you're ready. Girl, are you ready to go all the way? Feels like you're ready. Where my 90s at? Girl, okay, that's enough. Spirit is acknowledging this is going to require a lot of forgiveness and a lot of healing. And in the middle of the deck, this ain't your soulmate, because in the middle of the deck is what you can't see. Your soulmate is over there, over there, over there, over there. With a real right here, over there, over there. This ain't the one, baby. But you do what you gotta do. This ain't the one. Halle and Scott. Oh, well. You with your best friend and you checking him out. Aquarius energy. Interesting. So that's that humanitarian energy, air sign energy, trying to get your thoughts organized. And I'm asking about him and you. And it's just acknowledging that you with your homegirl. Your homegirl like, baby, check that one out. And she like, I don't know. Should I? Every time I read on Halle, I always get spell work. So she's into it. That's her business. But the spell work is for her to be praised by him. And then guess what? I was wrong. Ooh, child. Ooh, child. Yep. You got to be careful what you ask for, because what you ask for, you might just get. Seems like you're ready. Girl, are you ready to go all the way? Halle and Scott. Exploitation. Others having power over you due to what they know. That's why that spell word card came out. Suffering from exploitation, labor practices. Interesting. Independence in reverse. Our differences in vision dragged us apart, and it angered me that you didn't see my drive for self-sufficiency. It still bothers me that we can't agree even if our goals align. And then lastly, guidance from above is in reverse. My obsessive reading got the best of me. I allowed the stories and character to control and dictate my perspective. I finally understand I need to trust these insights they provide. To trust the insights they provide. Okay. Seems like someone's having an aha moment. That's their business. How does DDG feel about Halle and... Okay. On the surface, he's acknowledging that he's hopeful, happy, inspired, healing. Like, I'm on my own journey. Listen, I don't care what she does, what she put in her red wagon. But on the bottom of the deck, he is losing his shit a little bit. Spirit says there's manipulation, illusion, out of touch, untapped talents. She's throwing him off of his mission, off of his purpose, off of his path. He's so super hyper focused, but also someone's playing with his top. And I picked this up before, that it could be her, it could be several people. Who knows? Who cares? The thing is that he's not focused. Okay. In the middle of the deck, he is acknowledging, when it comes to these two, Halle and Scott, that there's this pregnant energy. Now, this could be giving birth to an idea, manifestation, and or a child, but there's this energy to be creative and to, pursue things and to give birth to things, give birth to life, give birth to ideas and manifest. And so, that's the energy. This is layered though, because it feels like he's carrying on as if he doesn't care, right? But in all actuality, he does. There's also this energy that he does what he needs to do to protect his energy, and also to bind, gag, and cease her energy, her being Halle. And so there's this manifestation of idea as well. He's trying to pursue his goals and going after them, but he's very distracted. It feels very disoriented. It feels very cloudy. It feels like once he gets his mind on one track, he completely fumbles. He can't, it's like he's disoriented. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, so Halle, how does she feel about DDG? This was a part of her plan. She knew he was coming out there, baby. And she said, let the fireworks begin. Okay. With the Five of Cups, she feels like he is sad. But she's also acknowledging that she's moving on, trying to find peace, acceptance, healing, and forgiveness. And she's also acknowledging that he is too, but he is sad. Also acknowledging that it's time for him to let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Release the past. Give up control. Be generous and just accept the things you cannot change. In the middle of the deck with the Six of Coins, there is this energy that in due time, and I've said this before in other readings, she is hopeful that they can, be more generous and be sharing and have some form of balance. Interesting. Halle and Scott. Halle and Scott, temperance in reverse, imbalance, discord, hastiness, overindulgence, risky behavior. There is a Hierophant, so there's going to be traditional wisdom and or spiritual wisdom, going in front of someone to gain some education, some knowledge about something. And then we get the Page of Coins in reverse. There's a loss of finances and or success. There's also this energy of not standing on a firm foundation, also not having up healthy boundaries, not considering what your non-negotiables were. I thought you said you wasn't going to do that again, and here you are. There's an energy of procrastination, unrealistic goals, immaturity, and a lack of follow through. This reading is alleged and for entertainment purposes. Y'all call me big.